Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you my baby girl's 2-month update. If you're new here, hi, my name is Chelsea. I am a new mother to a 2-month-old baby girl named Penelope. If you like vlogs, motherhood related videos, a little bit of beauty and fashion, please feel free to subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right into her update. So 2 months has been really fun. I can't believe she's already 2 months old. I'm sure I'm gonna say that with every single one of my videos. Every time she grows, it's just crazy to me, and the things that she does, it's just, I just can't believe I have a 2-month-old already. So 2 months has been really fun. She started to smile, which is one of my most favorite things about her turning 2 months old. I can actually look at her and talk to her and she smiles back. So it's not just smiling out of just because, you know, no reason. She's smiling back at me. I would say that happened more so a little bit after she turned 2 months, so maybe that would be more for a 3-month update, but regardless, she is smiling. She's now 2 months and 2 weeks, so I'm a little late to this video. So I'm gonna try to remember what's actually in the 2-month range and not in the going into the 3-month range. But yeah, so she smiles and it's the cutest thing ever. I have a bunch of pictures on my Instagram of her just cracking up. She's not laughing yet because I know that happens a little bit later, but the smiling is just so endearing. Like, I'm obsessed. It melts my heart. I read in one of the baby apps that I have that smiling is like their way of saying I love you. So now every time she smiles at me, it's just, it just sticks in my head. So it's the cutest thing ever. She's a lot more observant and a lot more aware of things. Like, she's just so into every little thing. Like, I look at her and she like looks at my face. I look at her in the mirror. Like, we go and look in one of the mirrors that I have in my apartment, and you can tell that she's really paying attention to things. Like, she's obsessed with looking in the mirror. She's obsessed with her black and white cards and her play gym, which is nothing new, but it's just another level of her really, I feel like, paying attention and being able to see so much better of what's going on. Another example of that is I've tried the sensory dots like on YouTube and played it for her, and she actually pays attention to what's going on and she's like so into it. And I don't leave it on for too long, but if I have to do something quickly, one of my friends had recommended doing that and it totally works. So she's very into that. So I would just say being super aware is like one of her other updates. I would say the biggest, craziest, and I have my phone here because I'm looking for reference, like I jotted some things down, but I would say the craziest thing that happened during her 2 months of life is that she is sleeping through the night, guys. That is huge. Like, I can't even stress how huge that is, because I kind of been sleep training her, but not an intense sleep training. I would say like introducing her to sleep training, kind of setting the foundation to her eventually sleeping through the night. And if you want to know more or less like how I did that, I have a vlog style video of like 6 weeks old training my 6-week-old. I always forget what I call it, training my 6-week-old, but I have that video. I'll have it up here for you guys and link down below. But basically I just kind of do the eat, play, sleep schedule, and that's when they eat as soon as they wake up, and then I change her, and then I let her play on her play mat or whatever activity you can really do with a baby so young, but mainly it's her play mat, and then I put her down for her nap, and then I do that all day. And I kind of do a couple other things which I can go into detail in another video if you guys want, to help her sleep through the night, but I'm just so ecstatic that that's happening. For a little while I wasn't sure exactly what it meant to sleep through the night. Like, was it, you know, 5 hours, 6 hours? Was it if you put them to bed at, I don't know, a certain time and they wake up at a certain time, is that considered sleeping through the night? But I had actually just got an update on one of my apps and it said that sleeping through the night is considered, I believe, between 6 and 7 hour stretches. So she does a minimum of 7 hours to a maximum of 9 hours. Those are her like main stretches. And so I definitely consider her sleeping through the night now. I try to get her to bed between 9:30 and 10:30. I noticed the later I put her to bed, like the later I push it more to the 10:30 time, the later in she sleeps, the longer she sleeps, because obviously the later she's gonna sleep, but the longer stretch she'll sleep, a longer stretch at that point. So I do try to push it, but honestly she's in control because it all depends on her naps. For example, if I put her down for a nap at 7 o'clock and she decides to take a 2-hour nap until 9, then I'm gonna get her up. I'm gonna, you know, have her up for a little while, then I'm gonna bathe her, and then I'm gonna, you know, do our whole nighttime routine, and then I'm gonna put her down, and by the time that all happens, it's closer to 10:30. But if I put her down for a nap at 7, she only sleeps till 8, and then I get her up, I'm not gonna stretch her to that 10:30 time, because that's just way too long. She'll get cranky. So it kind of depends on when she, you know, how long she's gonna take a nap. I hope that wasn't too confusing, but I feel like if you want me to do a more in-depth video, like I said, on it, I will, and I'll be a little bit more organized. But the main point of I'm trying to make is that she's sleeping through the night and doing really good stretches. And what's actually huge about her sleeping through the night is that she's connecting sleep cycles. So that's just so exciting to me, because if they're able to connect their sleep cycles, then they'll sleep. If they're not able to connect their sleep cycles, they're gonna wake up and they're gonna want you to put them back down to sleep, and then it's gonna be this whole thing, and or you might have to feed them. If they're able to just be put down and connect their own sleep cycles, then they'll sleep through the night and they'll be good to go. I mean, obviously there's more things that go into it, but just the fact that she's sleeping through the night and connecting her sleep cycles is also making her sleep better during the day for her naps. So it's just all around a good thing. And if you hear her, I should have mentioned she's literally right here hanging out in her crib. So she's up right now from her nap. So I should have mentioned this in the beginning, but I wasn't able to go to, or haven't been able to go to the pediatrician to get her height and her weight. So I don't know those stats for you guys, but I can tell you that she is in size 1 diapers, and she is 0 to 3 and even 3 months in some of her clothes. So she's out of the newborn, she's out of the preemie. I can't believe she had to go from preemie to newborn to 0 to 3 to 3. Like, obviously she would have to do that, but I just can't believe how fast it's progressing, because she just was such a tiny little 5-pound baby when I brought her home, or under that. So now that she's like in 0 to 3 months, and size 1 diapers, makes me so happy, especially because I'm exclusively breastfeeding. I give her a bottle here and there very rarely, so I consider that exclusively breastfeeding. So it's a lot of hard work on me, but if it pays off in that sense where she's actually growing and developing, I am all for it. That was a huge thing that I had talked to you guys about in her 1-month update, just mentioning her weight and that she's gained weight. So I'm very happy that she has gained that much weight. Oh my God. I wonder if you guys just heard that. Are you pooping over there? Anyway, that's a huge thing. She is gaining weight, I'm assuming because of her. Is that a poop? Oh my God. I'm gonna have to change her as soon as this video's over, because I don't want her to poop through her little outfit. Jesus. Anyway, before I was interrupted by Penelope's pooping, I was just saying that I'm very happy that she's gaining weight, and I can tell that because she's getting bigger in her clothes and her size diapers, her diaper size, I should say. So yeah, with the size 1 diapers, I feel like she definitely still has room to grow in them, which is great. And with her clothes, she is very long, so I feel like lengthwise she's there, but she's not like a super chunky baby. So if she does gain weight and get a little wider, then she has room to grow in that way. But I don't think she'll be in 0 to 3 that much longer. I think she's going to be more so 3 to 6 pretty soon. Like I said, I really don't give her a bottle that often, so I can't even tell you guys how many ounces she's drinking, but I'm gonna assume she's drinking between 3 and 4. I don't think she's drinking that much more than she was drinking in my last month update, which was, her max was I think 3 ounces. So I think she's around the same amount, around 3 ounces, 4 ounces probably, but she has been eating a lot more lately. I think because she's sleeping through the night, she's just eating more to compensate for those calories that she's not getting during those night feedings during the night. But other than that, I can't really say how many ounces she's drinking, because I don't really know, to be honest. I will try to give her a bottle and update you guys in the 3-month update though. Couple little random things. She did get her first diaper rash. It was very, very tiny, but I was just so upset, because not like emotionally upset, but just like kind of PO'd, because I am so on top of this girl and her diaper rashes. Like, this poop right now, I'm gonna be filming for maybe another 5 minutes. I'm changing her, putting on diaper rash cream, getting her up clean, and I'm on top of it. Like, every time she wakes up from her nap, I change her, I wipe her. But I think it had to do with her sleeping through the night. I think her bum got a little bit of irritation from that. But ever since then, it was like a day diaper rash. It was literally this big. And then ever since that, it's been fine. I haven't changed anything, to be honest, because I've been putting on a whole slap of diaper rash cream before she goes down, and every time she wakes up in the morning, I actually put a whole bunch more, just because I feel like I'm trying to prevent anything that happened the night before, even if it hasn't shown up. So yeah, she got her first little diaper rash. And then something also just random is she started to put her hands like in her mouth. Like she likes to put her whole fist like all up in her mouth, and it's just her new thing. I think it's like a soothing thing also, which I'm happy about, because once she's able to get her hands out of a swaddle, like once she starts to roll over, I'm gonna have to unswaddle her arms. And hopefully that'll be a way to soothe her when she's, you know, needs to be soothed instead of a pacifier, because I don't want to always have to be having or have to put a pacifier in her mouth, which I don't really have to now. She's pretty good. Like right now she does not have a pacifier and she's hanging out, living life, happy as can be. But I don't want to have to always have one on me to feel like she needs to be soothed, just in case she needs to be soothed. And I think her hand, I'm fine with her soothing herself with her hand. Like, it's not a big deal to me. She kicks like crazy. She is a kicker. I'll put her down and she'll just be like boom, 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 boom. And we call it like aerobics. Like she's doing her morning workout, and it's so cute. She's just very active when it comes to that. There's nothing else that she can really do right now, but as far as like being active goes, she can't really crawl, she can't walk, she's, you know, just started to push herself up kind of thing. So I'm happy that she gets like that kind of activity to kind of wear herself out a little bit, like she's doing it right now. But I'm excited because hopefully next month, after her neck kind of starts to stabilize a little bit more, because we're still, I mean, she's really good with her neck, but it's still like where I still have to kind of have a hand at least nearby, which sounds silly, but I have to make sure that like I'm holding her and her neck is supported. Like I'm good, I don't have to support it, but I have to know that like at one point she could just go like this and I have to kind of catch it. So she's not at the point yet where she's completely supporting her neck on her own. But when she does get to that point, I'm excited because I have a bouncer and I can't wait to put her in it and see her go, because her little feet, she gets so excited and she just kicks and it's so cute. What I meant when I said bouncer before was jumper. I can't wait to put her in a jumper. But her new favorite thing is her bouncer. She loves to be in her bouncer. I can put her in there when she's cranky and just bounce her for like 2 minutes and she's knocked out. So it's good and it's bad because she loves it so much, but I don't want her to fall asleep in it because I like her sleeping in her crib, in my arms, or in a bassinet. Like I don't want her to get used to having to sleep in a bouncer. I don't know, I just feel like in my mind it just isn't good for creating good sleep habits. So I do like her to hang out in there, but I don't want her to fall asleep in there. So I have to kind of be careful when I put her in there. But last night we were eating dinner and it was so nice to just be able to put her there and know that she wasn't gonna cry or whine or I would have to pick her up. She was totally hanging out chilling. So she absolutely loves her bouncer. I think that's mainly the updates that I have for her. She's doing really great. I couldn't be happier and I can't wait to hear what the doctor has to say. If I get any of that information back anytime soon, I will put it in the description box as far as like her weight and her height and things like that, because I always find that interesting in people's update videos. Like I like to see where they're at too. But as far as my postpartum update, I like to just kind of put that in there at the end of her updates. I'm doing good. I weighed myself for the first time, just not even because I cared really, just out of curiosity. And I'm about 10 pounds away from where I was at the most fit time in my life. So I don't feel like that's super terrible or anything. I'm not really pressured to lose weight, to be honest. I feel like this summer is honestly a wash with what's going on anyway. So I feel like if I'm not back to my summer body by this year, whatever, I think next year I'll be back to where I want to be. So again, I'm not really in any rush. It is what it is. I just had a baby 2 months ago, so I feel pretty good for, you know, just having a baby 2 months ago. And I don't really have any postpartum hair loss or anything like that yet. I'm assuming that might happen. I've heard it happen, so it's common, but I haven't had any of that. And my incision has healed great. I didn't have any problems, no infection. I will say I am a little sensitive when I can tell like when I press on it, like when I'm changing her and this part hits my incision, I feel it still, like it's a little sensitive. Not that it's not healed, but I have sensitivity there, and I wonder if that's gonna go away, because sometimes that happens with like ripping through or cutting through all that nerves and all that stuff that they do when they do a C-section. So I don't know, that might be something I have my entire life, but it was totally worth it. Don't really care. So yeah, let me grab her and show you guys Penelope and see how big she is now. Oh my God. Mama, you want to come on camera? Look at this big girl. Who told you you could become so big? I feel like she's just so big. I don't know. I mean, she was just so tiny when I came home that maybe it's not that she's not that big for a 2-month-old, but I don't know, I just feel like she's heavy and she's just gaining weight and doing so good. Another little thing is her eyes haven't changed color yet. They're still that like newborn, really like light gray color, and nobody that I know in my family has light eyes except my great grandfather, so I highly doubt she'll have light eyes, but oh my god, it's so cute. But yeah, this is little Penelope at 2 months old in her little Old Navy sleeper. We live in those here. I probably will change into pajamas after this video because what else are we doing? But yeah guys, I think that's gonna complete today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this 2-month update with me and baby Penelope. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and comment down below if you have any questions. And I think we will see you in the next one. See you, bye.